Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and last month I did introduce the block of the month for 2025. But it's not a block of the month, it's going to be a round of the month. Now, I really couldn't name this, so I asked the viewers, you, to name it. So many people came up with some amazing names. I still couldn't decide. So I chose a couple, put them on Facebook, and had people vote. And the winning name is Checkmate. Now, two people did come up with the name, Patricia and Monica. So thank you very much for the names. So we are going to refer to this as Checkmate. And it really does look like some kind of a board game. I never thought of that until I started reading your comments. So today we're going to start talking about the fabric, how to get ready for it, and then next month we're going to jump right in. In the description, I'll have a list of the dates that the video is going to go out, so you're going to be able to follow along. I also will put some handouts. The first handout is what the quilt is going to look like. That way you have a good idea on what you are looking at and if you want to change the colors. The next one is a sheet called Borders, and then I have some cutting directions, so we'll cover those in a couple of minutes. But what I want to do right now is talk about the fabric. The fabric I've chosen is black, gray, white, and my fun color, which in my case is red. Now, I did use a variety of whites and blacks and grays. The only fabric that remained the same was the red. Now, saying that, that means you can choose any four colors you want. You want a black or something equal to a dark fabric. The black is what you're going to need the most of. So that is going to be your strongest color, and you're going to need about 3 yards of that. So it can be a combination of the same colors, in my case black, or just one fabric of your dark. The next we want is the very, very light, and in this case it was a mixture of whites, but you can do a very light color and have that at 2 yards. I have a mixture, but you can have just 1 2-yard cut of fabric if you'd like. The next one is the gray. Now the gray is very important. The gray is not too light and it's not too dark. I don't want the gray to sort of blend in so it kind of looks almost like a white gray. And I don't want it to be a little bit darker so it almost looks like a black. It needs to be in the middle at that gray. The gray we also need 2 yards, so you can choose any color. It just needs to be medium, not too light, not too dark. And then we have the fun fabric. So the fun fabric, we need about 1.5 yards. So you could do this all scrappy, having your dark, your mediums, your light, and your fun fabric, or just have 4 fabrics. My fabrics came from my stash, so that's not one brand of fabric. They're just a whole bunch of fabrics that I had left over so that I was able to use up my blacks, whites, grays, and that red fabric. Now, I like to get organized as I'm doing a project like this, and there's many ways of getting organized. I like to use file folders. I also like to take my file folders and label them. So in these file folders, what I will do is I will put all of my fabrics and then keep them in the file folder, and that way I can just grab from that and go and do that month. And to help keep that organized, this is where this sheet is going to come in handy. So it's going to tell me what I need to cut for each color. So for example, in March, we're going to need 10 3.5-inch squares, 2 4-inch squares, and so on. So you could take that, have it done, and put it in your March folder. Then cut your April, May, and so on. Now, the bottom of the page, I have a bunch of letters. Those letters are going to go for a month following, so we don't have to worry about those right now. Now, the next is borders. Now, I do have the borders. We have 6 different borders, and the borders are referring to this, and this, and all the other ones. So they're even inside. But it's giving us the size, so that's going to give us a chance to cut those in advance. That can go in its own file folder if you'd like. So I'll put a link in the description to when those videos are going to go out, the 3 handouts, and I do hope you are going to follow along. So thank you for everyone who chose the name Checkmate. And now we can get ready to start next month. And thank you for joining me today on So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a newsletter. It's all free under So Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a so-tacular day. So next month, we're going to start with this. Bye now.